Hi guys, and welcome to another video from Stupid is the Norm, the channel where we demonstrate how to become a millionaire in 10 years on minimum wage. And in this video I'm going to explain to you why it is that budgeting will never make you wealthy. You'll find them everywhere on social media, the gurus who'll tell you how to save money every week. You'll find them on Instagram, on YouTube. They will supply you with spreadsheets you can download to help you budget. Some of them will even sell you spreadsheets. But I've never been a fan, and the reason I'm not a fan of budgeting is because no one who ever became wealthy used a budget. Do you think that the likes of Bezos, Zuckerberg and Musk became wealthy by cutting corners, by cutting out latte, by poring over spreadsheets and seeing where they could save money? No, they didn't. They did it by generating more income. It's the way everybody becomes wealthy. So why is it that magazines such as Chat and Take a Break have pages and pages of ways to save money? Well, I think it's because most people are unwilling or unable to work more in order to generate the extra income. So to them, the easiest way is just to cut back on costs. But there's a flaw to how much you can cut back costs. Eventually you're going to have to pay some electricity, and for some gas you can't get it down to zero. And if anything, I think what it is, if you're stuck in a budgeting mode for what seems forever, then it's a picture of where you are in your journey to becoming wealthy. It's right at the very beginning. You haven't moved on, but you have to move on sometimes. You have to get out of the budgeting mode and into a way of generating more income, and then taking that income and investing it in order to become wealthy. And I do worry about, I do wonder about some of the gurus who have their budgeting Instagram sites and the like, and they're there forever, years and years, giving tips on budgeting without moving forward. They haven't advanced any. They're still cutting back and reducing their spending. But that's not the way to do it. It's never the way you're going to become wealthy. You have to eventually get into a working harder mode to generate more income and then invest that income. The difference between budgeting and generating income is a bit like the difference between offense and defense in football. You can have the greatest defense in the world, which is like what budgeting is, but you're never going to win a game. Eventually you have to get up the pitch and score a goal. Now, it's not easy. I know it's not easy. Hell, I know it's not easy, right? It's difficult, and that's why it doesn't appear in Chat and Take a Break magazines. You know, YouTube guru says the way to become wealthy is to work hard. Well, that's not going to sell many copies, is it? But that's the reality. I remember when I first started, just over 4 years ago now, when I was working 80 hours a week as a cab driver. I'm now down to about 65, 66. So I'm slacking off a little bit here, taking my foot off the gas. But I worked for 80 hours for 2 years in order to save up £20,000 to buy my first property. And that brought me an extra £400 a month in. It's not a lot, it's a little increment, but those little increments add up. And now at the stage where 4 years into it, I'm just about to buy my first serviced accommodation property. And that income from there, added to the previous 3 properties, will take my income from rent at £2,200 a month. Add to that about £400 a month I get from an ex-forces pension, and I'm making £2,600 a month. It's over 30 grand a year. That's more than I make from my proper job now, but it takes time and it is difficult, and that's a hard concept to sell. So what I ask you to do is to formulate a plan where you can work an extra 20 hours a week and do that for 2 years. Doesn't matter what you do, a nice hourly paid job, working for Uber, delivering pizza, whatever you have to do, some bar work. It doesn't really matter how old you are. I started when I was 57, but do it for 2 years and then see after 2 years what the result is like. And if you feel it's worth it, it's been worth the extra hours, then continue to do it. If not, then give up. Nobody's going to say you didn't try. But I think what you'll find is after 2 years of doing it, your body just adapted, and then 60 hours a week just becomes the norm for you. And then you'll continue to do that. You'll continue to generate more income, invest that income, and become wealthier and wealthier. And as I said, those little increments will add up over time until such time where I did in 3 years, my rental income paid all my bills. You can do it in as little as 3 years. Maybe it's faster if you work hard, I don't know. I did it start when I was 57. I say, if you're younger than me, if you're in your 20s and 30s, maybe you can work more than 80 hours a week. You have that advantage over me. So don't worry about the budget. Just think about ways to generate more income, to work harder. I challenge you. What have you got to lose? Mediocrity. That's all you've got to lose. It's worth it, believe me. Don't be stupid and don't be normal, guys.